I wanted to be something. Like I want, and a lot of times I wanted to be some shit that I just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be some shit that I wasn't a lot of times. And so that
What do you
affected the
mean
way
by that? What do you mean by that?
I was a big fan of New York music, and like my biggest ambition was to be like De La Soul and Tribe, and then when Wu-Tang came out, like Wu-Tang. So did you hear what I just said? I was trying to be like Wu-Tang. I'm so not Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? But that's how inspired I was by the music. And then so I was I love the fact that as time went on, I was able to like actually listen to the music for what it was and say, wow, this shit is dope. You know what I mean? But yeah, with I'm kind of like a perfectionist in some ways. I don't know. I want something. I like, but then yeah. So I was able to listen to it later on for what it actually is, and actually able to appreciate the music for what appreciate us for what we actually are. Because to be honest with you, a lot of times I didn't get it. People were like, "Yo, I love the Pharcyde." It's like, we're okay, I guess. We're no Wu-Tang, but we're all right. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really appreciate the group as much as I do now. Like again, I'll go back and listen to Brown's lyrics and be like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, these niggas as dope as I am.
You know, I appreciate where we are now for sure. You know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate Lip because you bring it up a lot, you know, about like your verse on this day. Cause like I don't like my shit or certain things on my shit. Lip's like, no, dude, you need to check, you need to really rock that. And I look at Lip and I'm like, I'm like, sure, you know, because like I don't know when Lip is a fan of any of our shit, you know, until he actually tells you. And it's cool, man. But I think at the end of the day, our journeys, I'm glad our journeys are separate and different because when we come together, we have different perspectives on one topic or issue that lends like help to all kinds of people. There's people like there's Imani fans, and then there's Lip fans, and there's Bootie Brown fans, and they all absorb what's happening. Like we're speaking music, we're singing to those folks. You know what I mean? Like separately, but all together. And I just really like where we are kind of now. And I love the stuff that we did. I love the Loneliest Punk record. I love his the LA, I mean the Jammer D stuff back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot. Imani's Skrilla Deprivation. Like we love each other's music. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I gotta say, I got it's my birthday. Everybody's waiting outside to take me to dinner. So I have to go, but y'all can keep going.
Birthday, Trey.
I love y'all.
Happy birthday, Trey, man. Appreciate it, Tom.
I love y'all, man. My
Happy
dude.
birthday.
My dude, my day one. All right, keep it 100, y'all. Love y'all.
All right, bro.
All right, love you, Lip.
All right, love you, bro. Love you, bro.
Yes.
Bro.
So, Amani, I was interested to get your opinion when you heard Liberation, thinking about Humble Beginnings and the Loneliest Punk. How did you?
So you think I'm really rolling around listening to Trey's record and Fatlip's record?
Well, that's what I was asking. Were you or were you not?
Dog, I don't listen to my own music. So I'm damn sure not gonna listen to their music. I just don't do that. Once I record the shit, it's over and I move on. I keep, you know, it's so much music to listen to. I can't sit around and just like rehashing shit. Like it's so much music. Music comes out every Tuesday and Thursday at one point. You feel me? So, and like people would send it to me, or I had friends that was into it, and I didn't have no opinion. It wasn't like I wasn't hating. I just was so caught up doing what I was doing. I'm not like, let me go compare. Let me see what Fatlip doing. Let me go see what Trey doing. I would just hope I would be on stage be like, yo, go support them. That like literally, I'll be on stage like, yo, you, and I hadn't talked to them or nothing. I'll be like, yo, if you support Fatlip, that's the Pharcyde. You support Trey, that's the Pharcyde. Just go support them. I was just happy to say that everybody was able to be in their own lane and from the outside appear to be happy doing what they wanted to do.
Yeah, because I saw you guys individually and collectively say those exact things on stage. So
What,
I
That's
know.
how I honestly felt that.
I want to ask you, what did you think of those records? Because
Well, the thing that it was the most interesting to me about the three of them, Liberation, Humboldt Beginnings, and Thelonious Punk, is that they were all so different sonically, thematically, and execution wise, that to me it showed how you guys, the magic that you had together, because separate it was so different.
so basically, let's just say this: those 3 albums that you mentioned were whack. You could say that. We could
I
say
wouldn't
that.
say that.
No, look, bro, we could say that. Look, first of all, we could say this: when we're doing these shows, we don't do none of those songs on none of those albums.
Okay.
Come on, man.
But that's the personal preference. Because you do some of your songs. You do What's Up, Fatlip? Trey does some songs. I mean, you actually do, and people do rock with you. So it's like, it's not as big as the Pharcyde shit because it was broken down. So you're only gonna get a couple of some of the love that people would normally give. So it makes sense. But people fuck with you on your solo shit. It's just, but it's not whack. I mean,
I'm not. Hey, look, you might.
No, that's not what I'm saying. People
We're not
like
solo artists.
individuals.
Look. We're not solo artists.
That's not what I said. People like you individually. And there's people that like your verses in our group, but they would want to hear you by yourself.
It took me a long time to be like, you know what? I'm not a solo artist. Like, I'm not a solo artist. Some people are solo artists.
For you.
Nah,
Trey's a
bro.
solo artist.
Huh?
Trey is a solo artist. He has a style that people like.
Too Short is a solo artist. Too Short is a solo artist.
He started a solo artist from the beginning. And he always was, but when he collaborates with people like
I say an artist that's gonna at least release like 2, 3, 4, 5 albums solo.
I mean, that's an opinion, or you can just have a one-hit wonder. I mean, it's an opinion.
Yeah,
it depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But what you can't be is your own fan, or tell people how a fan should feel about you.
And that, I think, Imani, is one of the more interesting thoughts, because I think I'm asking questions because I like to learn people's perspectives and opinions. And I also think a lot of times everybody's trying to tell people what to do or what they should say or do. And like you were saying earlier, like people are going to say or do what they want to do. Give them the room to explore it. And that's why I thought it was interesting.
We're talking about Humble Beginnings. Look at the albums that we're talking about. Humble Beginnings, The
Liberation,
and Liberation. Albums that the average Pharcyde fan probably never even heard.
No, that's not true. A real Pharcyde fan is going to hear all those because that's why they're a fan. Now, the person that's not the everyday Pharcyde fan that comes around that's not really into it, they only know us for passing by, they're not going to know those songs. Our fans, they sing your songs. Dude, they sing your songs at the show.
None of those records.
Who are those people that are singing your songs at the show? That are singing What's Up, Fatlip at the show?
I'm one of them.
All right.
I'm just saying everything is not big and blowed up.
When I say that, it's more so
generally speaking
to the greatness of the group. You know,
this is how I look at it too. When you be dealing with like the underground rappers, you realize there's levels of this, and people do have fan bases on every level, and everybody's not Snoop Dogg and Kanye. And when you say you're not a solo artist, I guess you have a vision of what a solo artist should be. But then I see people that are not as accomplished as you, and they have fan bases. So when they say Fatlip, it's like, nigga, you're actually somebody, nigga. Like, I'm just saying as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Not in your head, as a fan. And I have homies that fucking love you, that think you like one of the dopest niggas. So it's hard for me to hear shit when you say those kind of things. And I hear niggas saying total opposite of what you saying, homie. Like total opposite. And they're my homies. So they're not like riding your dick because, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to really have to say it, but they got to keep it 100 with me. And like, nigga, Fatlip killing. Fatlip dope. Fatlip this, yada, yada. So it's like, I just feel different, dog. People have different opinions about shit, dog.
That's true. Everybody
Ivy loves you, dog. You're like one of her favorite rappers. My wife think you're like the dopest.
Ivy always gave me props.
You feel me?
Ivy always.
So
my
mama loves you. Kyrie loves you. Like my family loves you, dog. So like, all you saying, you got love over here. Even when we wasn't talking, it never stopped. So it's hard for me. Like, I don't feel that way. I feel totally different, dog. So there's lots of people that feel like I feel. Right. You're not Kanye, of course. You're not Dr. Dre. You're not Snoop Dogg, but you're Fatlip, dog. And that stands for a lot, dog. Yeah, you have accomplished. You have some of the dopest raps that have been rapped, nigga. You're part of one of the dopest albums. You put Dilla on, nigga. You created Soulflower remix, nigga. You was the first person to use somebody else's rap in your rap, nigga. You got a lot of firsts, nigga.
I'll be the first to say that. Yeah, you know what he just said? I was the first rapper to use a lyrical interpolation of another song. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first one. Like, when I said, I got a letter from the DMV
the other day. I opened and read it, said they were suckers.
The first rapper to interpolate another rapper.
Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Public
he knows.
Enemy. Public Enemy. Yeah. One of the best songs ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what made you want to do that, Fatlip?
I was a huge Public Enemy fan, man. Like, come on, man. Chuck D, Flavor Flav. That was like 89. When you think about 89, that's my, like, that's when I really came into hip hop. 80, late 80s, you know, yeah. 80 from 88 to 90 was just like pretty much when I started writing my own raps, but it was due to, you know, Public Enemy and KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane and all of that.
Yeah, know? Absolutely.
That's where I started.
Some of the coolest rappers ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys, what's the deal with the way you guys are writing a name now with FAR space SIDE, all the different names over the years? Why is it always changing and evolving?
I mean, just to keep it 1,000, it was just like some things that was some uncertainty in the air, and just to keep from having to deal with any bullshit, we just wanted to take the easy route. But as the 30-year anniversary comes, a lot of things are going to change again. So just sit tight and keep an eye on what's going on.
Specifically, the reason why is because Bootie Brown basically registered the name Pharcyde. He registered the name Pharcyde in 2012.
Oh, wow.
To himself. Like and so when we started doing these shows, we obviously the name is important because, you know, it has to go on the bill, on the marquee. And when we started doing these shows, we didn't want to use the name Pharcyde because we didn't want any problems because, you know, we've been fighting over this name for quite some time. You know, even if we are booked for a show and we specifically tell the promoter, do not say Pharcyde unless you say formerly of the Pharcyde, they'll completely disregard it. And then we come up to the show and it'll say in big bold letters, the Pharcyde tonight. And then Bootie Brown will also see that and he'll sue us. So a lot of times, you know, we were taken to court over the name. And so with this tour, when it was Imani, Fatlip, and Trey, when we decided that we was going to start touring for the 30-year anniversary, you know, we got with a lawyer and we were trying to figure out the best name to use. And, you know, we had to consider, the promoters and how they're going to sell tickets because we know people want to see the Pharcyde. That's what we're selling. So we were trying to get as close as we could to the Pharcyde without getting sued. And then we were like, hey, why don't we just spell it like how it...
The Pharcyde, formerly of the Pharcyde, nigga, genius.
Yeah. And then we were like, oh shit, we can be the Pharcyde, formerly of the Pharcyde. And then, and so we went with that. But, so, you know, and I'm fine with that because I think since Bootie Brown is not a part of what we're doing right now, it's not the Pharcyde. It's not the Pharcyde.
And so it kind of gives the people a real thing like, okay, it's the Pharcyde, but it's not the Pharcyde, but it is the Pharcyde.
Yeah, it's the Pharcyde, formerly of the Pharcyde. Because that Pharcyde with the PH, those guys haven't been on stage together and been able to work together for years.
And the dollar amount for that group, man, that's a big group. That's big money. You get the PH. You better come get this FAR. Why it's getting good. Hey, yo, Soren, I got to roll down at the studio, man. If there's any questions you need to ask me, like, let me wrap it up. I got to jump on the freeway right now.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Monty. Great speaking with you again. Good to see you.
It's been good, dog. You've been real. It's been good.
Yeah. No, I always enjoy speaking with y'all, man. I appreciate it. Good luck at the studio, man.
Give me the link so I can link this out so the people so they can check it out.
Yep, I'll shoot it to y'all.
Hey, Lip, did you try on that flight suit? How it fit?
Oh, the flight suit? I didn't try it on yet, but
all right.
on the 20th, we rocking it, right?
Business. In a minute.
All right,
peace.
And I want you to listen real close to me. I'm going to ask you some real simple questions, and I want some real simple answers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You said that you couldn't have possibly been at the crime scene at 11:15 because you were in the bookstore buying my audio book and my hardcover book at 11:15 when the crime scene occurred in Soren's book.
The history of gangster rap.
So you couldn't have been at the crime scene because you were buying the books.
Right. At 11:15, I was at the bookstore at 11:15, and when I bought the books and accidentally left them at the store.
So at 11:15, you couldn't have been at the crime scene because you were buying books, right?
At 11:15, when I was leaving, it was some people coming in, and I forgot to grab.
But you don't remember who
what they look
people,
like.
what they look like or nothing, right?
No.
So, at 12:15, you in the bookstore buying my audio book and hardcover book and Soren's book at 12:15. So you couldn't have been at the scene because you were buying the books, right?
Yeah, at 12, exactly, at 12:15, exactly, I was at the bookstore.
Now you see. You know you done fucked up.
What you mean?
First you said you were at the bookstore at 11:15, and then you said it was 12:15. You know you done fucked up, man.
He fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked up. He fucked up.
Man, you confusing me, man.
So, you get my book, my audio book, 40 years, and Soren's book, History of Gangster Rap, and if you don't, you know you done fucked up, right?
Man, the more those cops ask me questions, the more I wish I bought them motherfucking books.